Alright, just to make a note about the 1000XM3 headphones, the Earpads for this model of headphones are specific for this model of headphones. The previous models of the 1000XM2 and the 1000X, they use Earpads that look similar and they attach and detach the same way, but they do not use the same plastic frame, and where the actual little clips go in is slightly different. So you cannot use 1000XM3 Earpads on 1000X or 1000XM2 and vice versa. Alright everybody, today we are looking at the Sony WH-1000XM3 headphones, and obviously we're looking at exchanging or replacing those Earpads. If you are watching this video, that means you probably own these headphones, and congratulations to you, because these headphones are actually fantastic noise cancelling headphones. So let's move into what you're going to get. You're going to be getting a set of new Earpads. We are currently offering them in black and in the gold color. They will come with the foams as well. And the extra thing that you are going to need for the installation is just a dull table knife. So we don't want anything too sharp, and we're going to use that to pry the Earpad out of the headphones. So let's get started. Alright, removing the Earpads. First thing you want to do is just pull on the foam and the PU leather, and what will happen is you will notice that there is a hard plastic frame around the back of the Earpad. That is what is attaching to the plastic frame of the headphone. What you want to do is pull that away, so you can see this little gap here. That's a gap, and that's where we're going to take our knife and we're going to put it into this gap. And we're going to do it gently, and we're just trying to get it underneath. There's the frame there. You can see I'm just pulling up, and it has already popped off. There we go. So that's one. You can see the foam in there. Now, the scrim foam, whatever you want to call it, if it's clean and it's not dirty, just leave it in there. You don't have to replace it often. They aren't clean or dirty, but we are including an extra one just in case you do want to change it. So we are going to take it out. There we go. And obviously you want to be careful in here. Don't want to be poking around. You have like that cable there that's quite open, etc. Definitely do not want to be touching stuff in there. Now, the one thing you cannot do is you cannot pull the pad off with your fingers. So don't try to do that. It's actually secured very tightly, and if you do try to pull it off, you're gonna damage the old Earpad, which doesn't really matter that much, but you might damage the headphone too. So on to number two. We're gonna pull that Earpad off to the side like that, and we're just gonna put that in there. Now don't go too deep. You just want to get underneath where you see this plastic frame. Whoops, and just lift up. There we go. And pop, pop, pop. Off she goes. There's a little bit of adhesive tape that is holding the foam on. So you're just going to need to peel that foam away from that tape. There we go. Got a little bit of extra tape in there. So you want to make sure it's clean when you're done. So just go around, and if there is any of that foam still attached from the tape, just peel it off. Okay, moving on. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. Monty gets way more biscuits that way. Well, he gets a lot of biscuits anyways, but it helps the channel out, so help a brother out. Okay, installing the Earpads, we're going to start with the actual scrim foams. We have taken them out in this situation, so the way you know that you have the right scrim foam is you're going to look here. You're going to see that the bottom of the inside of the headphone has a flat edge here and a round edge at the top. So when you're looking at your scrim foam, whatever you want to call it, it has the flat edge at the bottom, and then you have this little extra piece of foam sticking out. That's going outwards. So we line that up here, and it should fit right into place with a little bit of movement. Now there is no adhesive tape on these foams. You don't need it. They are just meant to sit inside like so. And when you put the Earpad on, it's just going to press down over top, so it's not going to move. And then you want to go with number two. So we're getting that flat bottom again, and we have our extra foam sticking out on the side. That's going to go outwards. And in we go. Let's put these down and flatten it out. There we go. Ready to go for the Earpads. All right, we have our two new Earpads, and the important thing to note with these Earpads is there is no left and right. You don't see an L or an R on the scrims showing you which is left or right. So it doesn't matter which side they go on. However, there is an up and a down. If you look on the back of the Earpad, you're gonna notice there are all these little clips. So you got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those clips go into the headphone in these little slots. You got one right there, and another one. It just goes around on each of the earphones. And the main thing you want to look at is at the top. You see this one clip right there, and there is a little dowel, plastic dowel sticking out. That signifies the top of the Earpad. And if you look at the bottom, you see the plastic clip and then the other dowel, which is spaced out more. There's a wider space between the bottom dowel compared to the top dowel. That tells you that's the bottom. So all we're going to do is, because the Earpad is perfectly shaped to the earphone, it's very hard for you not to place it in the right place. And then you're just going to go around. You want to use your fingers on the back, gently cupping it, and then use your thumbs to go around, and you'll hear the clicks going in. You might not hear all of them click in, but that's not to say that they aren't in. As you can see, that is in. And last one, we have our top and our bottom. And then let's just place that there. Grip it from behind. One, go around. Now you don't need to use really hard force at all. It's actually kind of like medium or a little bit less. And you'll hear all those click going in, and there we go. And you have new Earpads on your fabulous 1000 WH-1000XM3 headphones. If you have any questions about this or anything to do with these headphones, you can reach me at info@accessoryhouseglobal.com. Thanks a lot.
Stay in the loop with our news, reviews, and how-tos. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're really keen, you might even be able to slide into Monty's DMs.